Hey everyone! A lot of new players have joined Hunt in the recent months, so let's disseminate some knowledge, which means time for more tips. Some you may know, some you may not, but be sure to subscribe and share your own tips below. Number 1. You can use darksight without wasting seconds. As of update 111, you don't have to waste your darksight seconds to find clues. You can tap the darksight button, which is E by default on PC, and this will quickly open darksight without consuming a darksight second. Of course, if you hold E, you will still use darksight the same way. By tapping the button though, you can quickly look for clues for the second bounty, and this is really helpful if you have banished one boss and want to find the next one, but you aren't sure if everyone is dead yet. Number 2, AI spawns can give you a lot of info. This one is probably most pronounced on PC with object quality set to medium or high, but it is especially useful in the start of a match. Hunt servers try to conserve valuable resources, which means they render AI only once players are near. So at the start of a match, the compound closest to you almost always has the AI rendered in, but if you look out across an open field to a distant compound and see AI, chances are players have spawned in that direction. True, it's kind of a lame tracking tactic, but it is much less useful later in the match when players have covered more ground, and it is really helpful to know. As an added bonus, discarded items like lanterns and medkits can give you relevant info too. Number 3. The menu has new handy buttons for loadouts. You are probably accustomed to the Hunt Showdown menu, but if you are new to the game or returning after a long absence, you'll want to know that there is now an unequip all button which clears your hunter of all their gear. This is great if you recruit a free hunter that usually has some hot garbage in their loadout, but another little bonus tip, when you are using a custom loadout, you don't have to use everything that you have pre-selected. You can uncheck these boxes that you don't want to use. I had a conversation with a friend that didn't know that recently, so it's just something good to know and can help you spend less time at the menu unless you keep dying. Number 4. Incendiary ammo is great for new players, kind of. Okay, maybe I have done my fair share of spreading the rumor that incendiary ammo is pretty useless. Like, sure, you can char health, it's fun to use on the Bornheim, but no one really considers it a must-take ammo type. However, if you find yourself missing shots at range a lot, incendiary ammo is a great tool for letting you know if you are leading too much or too little because of its tracer ammo. Of course, the downside is people can track you based on your shots, and you can't penetrate walls, but if you are using unfamiliar weapons, consider taking incendiary ammo to quickly learn the muzzle velocity. Number 5. You don't always need to find a health kit. I see this one a lot. You enter the first compound at the start of a match and you run into more AI than you expect on the way to the clue. Some stuff happens and then magically you're down a health bar. You don't want to waste a health charge, but there are no world medkits available. Well, especially early in a match, if you already have 4 tools and 4 consumables, you can also use one of the orange toolboxes to get a charge back. This is very simple Bayou math that people forget all the time. Number 6. Punch doors to enter them quickly. We talked previously about crouching to open doors quietly and backing up to open doors toward you, but what happens if you don't want to be stealthy? What if you hate the doors? Well, it turns out you can also be featured on Idiots Fighting Things by simply punching the doors open. So if you really need to get inside and you're getting shot at, don't wait for the door to swing open, you can just knock with your fists. As an added bonus, you can use a lantern to bash a door in too. Of course, none of this works on sliding doors. Why would it? Number 7. You can stealth kill horses with lanterns. Speaking of hate, maybe you have a little hate in your heart for horses. I sure do. But also, sometimes you don't want to carry throwing knives or throwing axes. Well, if you need to sneak past a horse and you don't have a quiet option available, you can also find a lantern and give them a little bonk on the head and quietly kill them. Keep in mind though, this is much less stealthy if you forget to turn the lantern off. Number 8. Hellhounds are the best alarms. Okay gamers, I'm dipping my toes in dangerous water here in that I don't know how true this is, but I do use it a lot. But the Hellhounds specifically seem to have one of the most audible awareness states. So if you're being pretty quiet and you hear a Hellhound give off this awareness howl, the chances are pretty good that a player is somewhere in that area, even just passing by. Now, I know this is a pretty clumsy tip, but whether it's confirmation bias or not, I do use this a lot and double check anywhere that I hear a Hellhound. And more often than not, it helps me find a team. So try it for yourself. Number 9. Dr. Grunts can be part of your strategy. You probably know that Dr. Grunts drop medkits when you kill them. That's not much of a tip, but I would encourage you to be more conscious about how you use them. Killing a Dr. Grunt in the open makes a much less useful medkit than killing one behind cover. Also, if you're going toward a boss like Scrapbeak where resources are scarce, it might be worth the extra time to kite a Dr. Grunt closer, and keep in mind this is especially easy with a stamina shot. So keep the doctors in mind and your elephant brain might just remember where a life-saving medkit is. Number 10. Totems are good for testing weapons. Update 112 added a new tutorial, which is great for new players to learn some basic mechanics, but one of the really nice things is the addition of these totems, which are dummies, much like your friends, but they talk less. In the advanced training section, there are a few extra totems placed around the compound, which makes it pretty convenient to test weapons on them and learn the lethality of different guns at different ranges. So go check it out if you're ever curious how many limb shots you need to get a kill. And that's it. 10 more tips to make you a more conscious and aware Hunt Showdown player. Hopefully that helps you, but as I said, be sure to share your own useful tips down below. And until the next video, goodbye.
Nice.